Hi YouTube. This story is called What If. This was written by BigJoeyV. Thank you for listening. I have permission to read this from BigJoeyV. What if? Ever find yourself thinking about those two words, what and if? 2 words, 2 syllables, 6 letters? Yes, just 2 little insignificant words with the power to change everything. I personally think about those 2 words a lot. I've got a lot of situations in my life that I wonder what could have happened if they went the other way. If I chose door number 1 instead of door number 2, or even the occasional door number 3, what if I would have stayed in school and kept on trucking until I got the journalism degree, the one I so desperately coveted as a wide-eyed 18-year-old college freshman. Instead, I ended up dropping out my senior year to take that job as the shipping manager for my brother-in-law's suddenly booming manufacturing company. What if I hadn't been in a hurry that stiffingly humid summer afternoon and took the back roads instead of the interstate? Would I have still been sideswiped by a semi and spent 3 days in the hospital? What if I would have given into that rage, that sense of vengeance that I felt, that a lot of us felt, really, and joined the military after September 11th like I wanted to? Would it have been an outlet for my repressed anger? Might I see frontline combat? And could it have altered the man I would have become? Would I even still be walking this earth right now? I allow these questions along with myriad of others to flash briefly through my mind every now and then. But they never linger and are rarely given a second thought in that instance. Most of the decisions in my life I'm either comfortable with or I've just come to accept. There's only one that haunts me anymore. The one that starts and ends with you. That fall over 21 years ago now feels like it could have been yesterday. There we were, teetering between the ends of our teenage years and becoming what folks like to call young adults. Old enough to go to war, but not old enough to buy a beer at that dingy bar in the square of our little middle of nowhere town. We'd met 3 months before when the girl I was dating introduced us, while fate allowed our paths to cross at that tiny independent grocery store just outside of town. The 2 of you had been casual friends in high school, but hadn't seen one another since graduation. At least not until you'd checked us out just before the store was set to close for that night. Through the wonders of small talk, we learned that you were working there to help pay your way through school, and the store was looking for more help. As life would have it, it wouldn't be long till I was unloading trucks and stocking shelves at the same hometown establishment on the same nights and weekends. It was a perfect job, freeing me up to attend classes at a local community college. Being among the last few people left in the store after closing most nights, it didn't take long for you and I to strike up a friendship. It started out innocently enough as we would chat while you were counting out your cash drawer in the back, and I was restacking pallets with boxes that had not made it out to the store shelves that day. Next thing you know, we were sitting around the parking lot, talking and laughing, long after having locked the grocery store doors. Hell, we even saw the sun come up a couple of mornings. Fast friends indeed. But it didn't end there. With my girlfriend away at college 600 miles west, my free time was just that, free. Before you know it, we were hanging out outside of work too, grabbing cups of coffee at the all-night dinner a few towns over, playing putt-putt golf on a warm autumn afternoon, and sometimes even going Dutch on a movie, if we both happened to have the same night off. More than anything, though, we spent so many hours, so many nights, just driving around in my car, listening to the radio and talking about anything and everything, while the minutes and the hours just slipped away. That's how we found the hill, after all, on just another one of those nights of just driving aimlessly around the back roads we'd travel so frequently. The hill was really nothing more than a side street that was supposed to lead to a new development on the outskirts of town, cresting a ridge of the highest peak around for miles. I guess the money for the development fell through because all that ever got done was the paving of the road and a little court up on top of that hill. Cruising around one evening, listening to the local country station, you caught a shimmering green street sign for that road out of the corner of your eye and suggested we take a left and see where it would lead. Always looking to see what was around the next bend, I happily obliged. It was amazing when we got to the top. If we looked to the north, you could see our entire little town lit up from one end to the other. We could make out every street, every building, all of it from that peak. Tall trees hanging on to what was left of their leaves surrounding us, illuminated by the glow of the moon and thousands of distant stars. The scene was perfect. I imagine that's why we ended up there so many nights, sitting on the trunk of my old car with the windows rolled down and the radio on, just staring out at the sights and talking. It's that spot, that ideal, little, quiet part of our world that still creeps into my memories and drives me to pondering, agonizing over those two simple little words. What if? It all goes back to one late October night, the air cold and wind soft, barely rustling the slowly changing leaves in the surrounding forest. In the background, Deanna Carter's Strawberry Wine played softly through the automobile speakers. I recall the harvest moon brightly illuminating the fields, the trees, and the town below us. I can remember the way the night glow fell softly on your face, your short blonde hair, your pale skin, and the deep emerald green of your eyes. I can remember looking into those eyes and feeling something I don't know that I'd ever felt before. Feeling as though I'd finally found a piece of me that was missing. In that moment, I forgot everything else. I forgot we were supposed to just be friends. I forgot we were coworkers. I forgot I had a girlfriend several hundred miles away. The only thing I knew was that moment and sharing it with you. What started as a knot in my throat slowly twisted into the fluttering of my chest before igniting and burning through me with the heat of a raging wildfire. I wanted to kiss you so badly. I needed to kiss you. I needed to reach for you to know if you were feeling it too. I mustered my courage and turned towards you, ready to sink or swim. I leaned in your direction, looking on your eyes until the waves uncertainly crashed against me and began to douse my fire. What if you felt different? What if I scared you away? What if this ruined our friendship, this relationship I so deeply treasured? I pulled back instantly. I never made my move, and I regretted it every day since. The night would continue pleasantly enough, like so many others we spent on that hill. But as soon as I had to taking you back to your car, the question crept in, what if? 2 days later, you would meet the man that would become your husband. Within 15 months, my girlfriend would leave me for someone she'd met during an internship. Within 2 years, you'd be married. And every day since, I'd wonder what if. What if I kissed you that night? Would you have felt the same? And would our relationship have moved to the next level? What would our wedding be like? Would our children look like me or you? What if I kissed you that night? Would we still have gone our separate ways? Would you still have married a man that laid his hands on you more than once, blackening your eyes? What if I kissed you that night? Would you have turned so sheepishly away from me when our paths crossed one lonely Saturday night in a crowded Walmart? Would you have acted as though we'd never been friends? Would you have turned to me for help that night, searching for a light of the darkness of an abusive relationship? What if I kissed you that night? Would he still have thrown you down the steps, breaking your neck and ending your life before you even turned 30? What if I had kissed you that night? What would I have spent 7 months tracking him down after he dodged a murder conviction on a technicality? Would I have learned his every move, every hangout, every routine with only vengeance on my mind? Would I have found him alone in a parking garage, 3 sheets to the wind as he left that club in the city? Would I have still beaten him to death with a crowbar because of what he did to you? What if I had kissed you that night? Would I still be sitting in this prison cell in year 7 of a life sentence, with nothing but a pen and a notepad to remind me of you? What I wouldn't give to go back to that night so many years ago and find out the answers to these questions. I finally have resolution to the unknown that haunts my dreams every night as I lay on this cold, hard cot and stare endlessly at steel bars and the concrete walls. No matter how many ways I look at it, no matter how many twists and turns I try to unravel, everything in my life seems to come back to that one moment and that one question. Still tonight, I find myself pondering a different scenario, though it all falls back to the same question. What if? What if the next time I'm in the exercise yard, I can manage to get a gun away from one of the rookie prison guards and start shooting it into the air? Will they fire on me? Will they shoot to kill? Can I get them to put enough slugs in my chest that I can finally leave this place, leave this world, and reunite with you on the other side? What if? Wow. That was that was such a good story. Oh my gosh. Especially listening to that song, Strawberry Wine. I like that song. Gosh, that's a freaking dark story. Oh, wow. I like that story too. Man, so what did y'all think? I mean, seriously. Oh my gosh. Such a good story. Comment down below. I hope y'all liked it. I did. Seriously, I did. And I hope y'all like it and subscribe to me. I want to continue doing this. I love these stories. Creepy, the sad, the shocking. But yeah. Well, comment down below. Tell me what y'all thought about that. And thank you to BigJoeyV for letting me read your story. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Talk to y'all in the next video. Bye, YouTube.